Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after 2 long days of driving, we have finally made it to Colorado. Today is Saturday, season opens Monday. Little rundown for the week is going to be full day of scouting tomorrow and then 8 days of hunting. So me and Dad both have archery tags, so that's going to double our chances hopefully. We're going to go ahead and camp by the truck tonight, and then because we're pretty close to our glassing spot that we found during our scouting trip a couple weeks ago. So in the morning we're planning on just going to get up and then hike to that spot, do a lot of glassing, get kind of familiar with where the elk are, if there's any, kind of go from there. So here we go. Okay, I'm about to give a little rundown of our crib for the week. We're working with this 2-person big Agnes tent. Got our pads in there already. Pretty spacious. I don't know, it looks pretty comfortable. What do you think?
Hope so.
We'll see. Okay, good morning everyone. Day number 1. Gonna do some scouting today. Other than our one little glassing spot we found a couple weeks ago, we're not really too sure what to do after that. But our plan is to hopefully see those same group of elk we saw a couple weeks ago, and then come back to camp, get all set up, and just hike over there, and then hopefully camp over there tonight. So we got an early start in the morning. So. Okay guys, did some glassing this morning, ended up seeing a couple elk on the same ridge we saw them a few weeks ago. We're gonna head over there here shortly, but first we're gonna shoot the bows, make sure they're still sighted in, because we had a pretty bumpy ride up the mountain yesterday. So we're gonna shoot a few arrows and make sure the bows are still sighted in. What does that sound? Okay, so shot the bows. They were good. We are now down the mountain a little ways, and we're about to hike to our camping spot for tonight. I think it's gonna be about a 2-mile hike, and our packs are heavy. Take a look at this. I mean, this thing is packed to the brim. Can't even poke any room in this thing. And I have a little backpack here that's also pretty freaking full. All right, we're gonna try to get this pack on. Oh, it's stuck on the gun. There it is. We weighed these out. They were both 70 pounds, so is that too much? Probably. At least we'll be comfortable though when we get there. Clip. Actually not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Oh my God. After 2 hours of hiking, we finally found a good little spot to set the tent up for the next few days. Here's what it's looking like. Base camp for the next couple days. Looks good. Haven't been filming much today. We haven't really done much other than hike, so it's kind of boring stuff, but we're gonna get after it tomorrow. It all starts tomorrow. We're pretty excited. We're kind of tired, so it may not look like it, but we are pretty fired up. Those elk we saw this morning are about 900 yards from us, so that's gonna be our first play in the morning. But we're gonna finish packing the tent up, or putting it up, get a little dinner made, and then probably go to bed pretty early because we are worn out. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Okay, good morning everyone. Opening day of elk season. Just got all packed up. About to head into the woods and see if we can't get one on the ground. Let's go. Okay, so we finally made it up to the top of the mountain we've been seeing all the elk at. On the way up here, there's a little water hole, and we saw 2 elk there right at daylight. Spooked him out of there. And then we took a couple more steps up the mountain. And it looked like it was 2 super small bulls. One was a spike and the other one was like, it also looked like a spike. So we're just gonna sit here and rest for a second and then try to go into the back side of this mountain. It's a little steeper. Hopefully we can get a good view down into this drainage that we've seen the elk in before. So, okay, so we've been hiking up this mountain for a little bit now, and we found some water. Okay, we found a good spot to set up on this watering hole. We're about 50 yards from it. We got a couple trails coming in from the top and from the bottom, so let me show you what we're working with. There's the water hole right here, and there's 2 other trails working this way, and then from this bottom, there's a couple right there, so this is looking like it'll be a pretty good spot. Okay, so we made our way back to the wallow, and we were here for no more than 30 minutes, and we had a bugle about 100 yards up the hill behind us, and our wind is absolutely terrible right now for them coming behind us. We thought we left enough room to where they couldn't come behind us to get to this wallow, this water hole, but I guess we did. And he winded us, and we heard him run away, so that sucks. Still got 7 days though, so let's see if we cannot get the job done. Okay, so we ended up leaving the water hole and the dark timber on that side of the mountain, and we came on the other side, closer to where we're camping, into some aspens. Right here where we're standing is about where those 2 younger bulls were this morning that we spooked, so we're wanting to see where these deer or these elk are coming from. That way we can make a game plan for the morning. So got some cows over here too. Okay, sweet. Okay, just got back to camp. Solid first day, super solid first day. We saw those 2 small bulls in the first 5 minutes of shooting light. Then we went up to the top of the mountain and had that little encounter there with the bugle. Super solid first day. We only ran into 1 group of hunters as well, which is kind of crazy for the first day of the season. But we'll probably see y'all in the morning. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Got up to the top of the mountain. Haven't seen or heard anything yet. Just spotted a hunter on the other side of the mountain over there. But we're on this little drainage. We're gonna do some calling and see if we can hear any bugles. So we'll see what happens. Okay guys, that spike just came in at like 15 yards. We were just doing a couple mews and he came walking up this drainage. And then he tried to get behind us to get downwind, and then he ended up seeing us and got spooked. But that was freaking awesome. I've never been that close to an elk in my life. He needed a 4-inch brow tine or 4 tines on one side to be legal. But he had neither of those, so we're gonna keep holding off for a little bit bigger one. Okay, Dad did a couple bugles and we got one fired up over here to our left. And while we were listening to that one, a cow just poked out down here in this bottom, probably 80 yards away. So we're kind of stuck right here for a second. Okay, so that elk that just came out of the bottom was a spike, a different one, and it came right up to about 45 yards. Still wasn't illegal, but he's still like 60 yards right here in front of us. But he's out of our sight now, so we're gonna see if we can't go for this next drainage and make a move on that bugling bull. Okay, so we made it down to this bottom where the elk was bugling, and halfway down here he got quiet, so we decided to come down here anyways. And now we're leaving because he's quiet, and this is some pretty rough stuff to get a shot in. So we're gonna go back up to the water where we were yesterday. Okay, so we sat at that pond or that water hole for another 4 hours or so and didn't see anything. Our only problem right now is trying to find these elk in the afternoon, because the mornings we got kind of figured out. That drainage over there on the other side of the mountain, they're there every morning. And midday, we've had a little bit of action midday, but nothing too crazy. But in the evenings, we have not seen a single elk. We don't know what's going on. I mean, we're in areas that should be holding elk in the evening. I mean, we're on a north-facing slope with dark timber and there's water, and we're not seeing anything. So we're just gonna kind of hang out tonight, maybe do some more glassing to find out where these elk are at in the evening, and then try to get after them tomorrow. Okay, me and Dad moved back over to the drainage, and the sun just went behind the mountain, and we heard a bugle down in this valley again, so we're gonna see what happens. He's right there. See him shaking that branch right here, like right here in front of us. Okay, what's going on? I'm giving y'all a little breakdown here real quick while this clip is playing. So about 5 minutes before this clip started, we were hearing that bull bugle, and we could not tell if it was on the right or left side of this little spine we were sitting on, and the spine was just wide enough to where you couldn't see down either side of it. So I was crawling over the top of the spine back and forth, trying to get eyes on the bull, and sure enough, I crawled over the third time to the left, and that bull was standing, not joking, probably 5 yards in front of me. And like an idiot, I didn't have an arrow nocked, so I'm sitting there trying to shuffle, getting an arrow nocked while the bull's staring at me. I put the arrow in upside down, and finally got it in right. I clip in, and as soon as I go to pull back, the bull darts off into that bottom at about 60 yards. So now I'll let the video resume. I know he's still right there. See him? Okay, I'm not sure why this clip's audio went out, but as y'all can see right here, I did in fact hit that bull. The shot was definitely super low, and it also looked quite a ways back as well. So it kind of sucks, but that bull's definitely gonna live to see another day. You know, I was kind of embarrassed posting this video because I made a terrible shot on an elk, but also wanted to post it to kind of show the other side of hunting. Oh, look, here's the depressing walk back to the camp. But yeah, I wanted to show the other side of hunting that a lot of people don't put on YouTube. But the next morning, we ended up going out there, did some bugles, and then ended up just looking around that hole for more blood and never found anything. So, sucks, but I'll let the video resume here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap up day 3 of the hunt. It's also gonna wrap up this video as well. For our first 3 days of elk hunting in our lives, that went way better than expected. We did not expect to even get a shot at an elk. We expected to come out here, maybe see a couple if we're lucky, and we ended up calling 4 bulls in and got a shot at one. So, I mean, I'm super excited for the next couple days, but y'all are gonna have to wait for that. Wait to see that till part 2 or 3. I don't really know. I'm not gonna count the scout video as one. I don't know. Okay, anyways, y'all, thank y'all for watching. We're gonna try to kill an elk the next few days. See ya.